United States states that if a child is born here and the father is not a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, that child will not be recognized as a U.S. citizen.
On the 20th of January 2025, the first day of his second presidential term, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order 14160. The order directed the U.S. government agencies to deny automatic U.S. citizenship to children born in the United States if their parents are undocumented immigrants or only temporarily present. The legal challenge to this order was swift. On the same day, advocacy groups filed lawsuits arguing the order violated the country's fundamental citizenship law. Among those lawsuits was New Hampshire Indonesian Community Support versus Donald J. Trump in New Hampshire, brought by organizations including the American Civil Liberties Union, the Asian Law Caucus, and others on behalf of immigrant families. On 10 February 2025, a federal court in Concord, New Hampshire, issued a preliminary injunction stopping enforcement of the order. In parallel, in the case Washington versus Trump, filed by a coalition of U.S. states, a federal judge, John C. Cogner of the United States District Court for the Western District of Washington, granted a nationwide preliminary injunction on 6th February 2025. As legal battlegrounds multiplied across the country, on 27 June 2025, the United States Supreme Court intervened not to decide the constitutionality of the order itself, but to limit the ability of lower courts to issue nationwide injunctions. On a 6-3 decision, the court ruled that district courts generally may not block presidential orders across the entire nation. Nonetheless, plaintiffs adapted on 27 June 2025, shortly after the Supreme Court's decisions. Civil rights groups filed a nationwide class action suit entitled Barbara versus Donald J. Trump. 4 months later, on 10 July 2025, Judge Joseph N. LaPlante of the District of New Hampshire certified the class and issued a preliminary injunction blocking the executive order, thereby protecting the citizenship status of all U.S.-born who would otherwise be affected. On 3 October 2025, the first U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, sitting in Boston, unanimously upheld the injunction, ruling that the plaintiffs are likely to succeed in their claim that the